Throw Gang. We are joined by the J. Cruisin' for a Bruisin', Lawrence Schlossman, and myself, the Baron of the Blazer, James Harris. Welcome to the weekly Running of the Boys, with today's full episode only available on patreon.com/ThrowingFits. Lawrence, how was your SponCon week?
I'm doing great, dude. Like I said, I'm in New York counting shmoney. Also, look at you in your suit separates, man. Showing the versatility. Look at that jacket on its own. You can wear the pants as trousers.
You shouldn't be afraid to dare whatever the fucking Tom Hardy line is in.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. What is it?
That's shouldn't be afraid to dream a little bigger, darling.
There it is. All right. Yeah.
Well done, dude.
All right. Before we get into Donda Watch Week 3.
Oh, my God.
Our LA week, big fucking news out of the Throwing Fits camp and our triumphant, some would say questionable return to Barstool.
The Throwing Fits camp? Is that just me and you?
Yeah.
Camping together?
Exactly. Let's get into a fit check.
Yeah. Why don't you lead us off, you and your fucking sexy little outfit?
All right. I got the Luso clouds on the feet. I got the fucking, I don't know if you can see this, the Gramici Bookworks collab that was on a private sale today.
That's how you're showing it off? You can stand up.
I don't want to stand up. All right, I'll stand up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
check out how many of the complimentary Japan-owned exclusive totes are left?
Just a few left. Feeling real jazzy in these. I don't know if you saw when I posted on socials, which, by the way, I think that moving forward, because you do the Patreon post, you should just post the socials.
Oh, okay.
On the private sales.
Cool.
But I don't know if you saw the fact that I was like putting a little jazzy music in there.
Yeah,
a little Sun Ra.
Yeah,
Space is the place.
No, I get it, man. That was a nice little
classy
update.
touch.
Yes,
classy
exactly.
touch.
Classy touch.
The shirt is Common Market, which is everyone's always asking me where can I get a cheap cam collar.
Mm-hmm.
This shit was like $60.
Damn.
It's pretty good. I like the color. It goes well with the suit, which is bespoke. By the homie. What is it? Made to measure.
It's not bespoke, no.
Made to measure by the homies at J Muser. Go check out our IGTV.
Yes.
For
and our YouTube.
The full experience. And our YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube could use a little love. Yeah, I don't know. Check it out on multiple channels.
That was fun, though. People fucking loved it.
Yeah.
Shout out Rob. Shout out YC. Shout out Paulie. Shout out Tim.
Yep.
Shout out the rotating cast of cameramen that came through and helped us film it. And then shout out Jake, Matt, Chase, Fred.
Yep. That was a long time coming.
It was a little step into your world.
Yeah, I don't know if
for myself.
I don't know if people realize, but like, and you know, there was not that there was like a bunch of hiccups, but like I think started filming back in say January or was it February?
There was a pandemic, and it was mostly that YC and them like that's Jesus and Merrill's crew.
Yeah, they have a real job.
We may or may not have been borrowing Showtime's equipment to film it, which is why it looks so fucking good.
We love to beg, borrow, and steal equipment.
And go check it out. Were you surprised that I almost eclipsed you in engagement with the fit pics?
Well, listen, man, I'm happy for you. You have great engagement.
There's a moment where it's close.
You have great engagement on Instagram. With that said, I felt you breathing down my neck.
Just nipping at your heels.
At a certain point, I think it dipped under 1,000, the difference between us, and I was like, oh, is he about to do it? Is he about to do it?
That boy about to do it?
And listen, if there's anybody that's going to beat me at my own game and I'm going to sit there fucking clapping in the rafters while it happens, it's going to be you.
Engagement rate definitely much, much higher.
We're living and dying by the engagement rate. You know.
And then the panties are Hanes boxers. Still have yet to try out the Hanes boxer briefs that they sent me.
Still.
I'm going to play tennis hopefully this weekend, and I'll try them on.
That shit is fucking lingering like Donda, dude. Just fucking wash your damn underwear.
Yo, maybe on August 22nd, I'll wear some boxer briefs. No, that's the problem. I'm washing my underwear too often, so I have, like, clean boxers. When it's, like, laundry day and it's fucking dwindling, and you're to the dregs of the underwear drawer, that's when you'll see me break out the boxer briefs.
There's two things that people love hearing us talk about ad nauseum. It is our underwear preferences, which we have strong opinions on, and Kanye West.
Exactly.
So we're gonna give the people what we want. We're drinking Budweisers.
Yes.
I wore my Wales Bonner Adidas Sambas to the crib, which you would call
your flippy floppies.
The flippy floppy twos. Uniqlo socks. Patagonia.
How are your toes, by the way? A little toe check.
They look bad, but
your socks aren't discolored.
They're like basically healed, but now the nail is like kind of it's growing. Patagonia baggies on the ass, Columbia PFG Bahama fishing shirt, haircut by Rob at Mildred. Rob coming on the pod at some point soon.
Absolutely.
Running it back with the previous podcast endeavor that shall not be named, but it's first time on Throwing Fits. Everyone's favorite Older brother they never had, stepdad they never had, cool uncle they never had, but
barber they never had.
Yeah, if you can fucking get into his fucking packed schedule.
Gooch was drunkenly texting me. She's like, "What's the barber shop you guys go to again?"
Claire lived above.
Yeah, and I was like,
That's
it's
how Rob
Claire's
knows them.
fucking landlord,
Yeah,
former landlord.
Right. No, because we're killing all landlords. Rob
Right,
is
we're
not
not
the
gonna kill
landlord.
that.
He is the proprietor. He is a co-owner, co-founder.
Co-owner, co-partner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Point is, best barbershop in the
Best
five
white
boroughs.
people barbershop in the 5 boroughs.
Hands down. Rob is my barber. His co-founder.
And
Co-founder.
Paul.
Paul is
Shout
your
out Paul.
barber. We spread the love around. So, yes, hopefully Rob will be on the pod soon. I know that a lot of people will be excited for that. That's going to happen soon. Sooner rather than later.
Let's get into something that hopefully people are excited
I'm not done.
You're not done? Well, quickly. We want
Hill
to get this in front of the
City
paywall.
underwear, rollie on the wrist, still married.
All right.
Now I'm done. Thank you.
Well, what about when you get your ear pierced? Just gonna. You might come in for a boys only. Just Lawrence. What's
Oh yeah.
Your fit check sounds a little incomplete.
No, I think we need to start consider. I need to consider about matching medals with my new earring.
All right,
and
let's-
yours.
We're gonna. Should we get matching studs? Just 2
Whoa,
studs.
hold on, we have to debate. We'll debate it.
All right. Breaking fucking news, Chef. Don't cut this off at 10 minutes. I think we're at 6:15 or something. We might be talking about this for a second. I don't know. Throwing Fits Live.
Yeah, we got it. We're booked.
Coming to a podcast friendly amphitheater near you. If you live in Gowanus
not an amphitheater.
or in the greater Brooklyn area, we will be at the Bell House
Yes,
on
sir.
Wednesday, September 8th. Doors at 7, show at 8. Tickets are $20. There's going to be mad crowd participation. There's going to be sketches. What are we calling them?
Yeah, so we're not doing a live podcast, though
No,
we
fuck
debated
that.
that, and we're not doing kind of
We're
like
not recording this. This is ephemeral. This is one and
Right.
done.
And we're not doing like mini pod / afters like we did when we did Frequency. You and I really want to lean into some fun audience participation
Yeah.
/ sketches.
If you guys were lucky enough to join in on one of the Juicy Zoomies that happened over Quarantine 1, Quarantine the 1st, and Quarantine the 2nd.
Yeah.
I guess they're going to be more akin to that, right? Where it's going to kind of be
Yeah,
like,
but I think like the evolution of that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
There'll be a hangout party element afterwards where we're just going to
sure.
basically just go to the bar
Yeah.
and
It'll be
have you buy us drinks.
It'll be the best $20 you've ever spent since you hopefully spent $20 monthly on Patreon. We're excited. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, live. Link goes live on the Patreon on Monday.
So it's not because of COVID, and it's not like limited seating. Like hopefully, well, not everyone who wants a ticket will get one, but the patrons get first dibs.
Yeah.
That link will be on Patreon on Monday at like 10 a.m. Patrons eat first. And then from there, we'll see what's available. But there is limited capacity because it is, like you said, COVID the 3rd now. So
I think I had a dream.
Oh, and you got to be
about,
vaxxed, right, to come, I think?
Yeah, you got to be vaxxed. You got to show
So
proof
sorry,
of vax.
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah,
You're not invited. Sorry,
sorry-
Kirk Cousins.
Sorry, Dave Portnoy.
He's vaxxed for sure.
You think?
I don't know.
We should have asked.
Oh, I mean, I would have to with the
should have asked.
with the amount that he travels. I hope he's vaxxed. Anyway,
I don't know. He's probably got the the immunity system of a Russian bear or some shit. Is his claim? Is his scientific claim?
right? Okay. Bee sting survivor, heart attack survivor.
Wednesday,
immune system
September
like a
8th.
Russian
Come
bear.
celebrate with us before we remember the 20th anniversary of 9/11.
Yes, right.
Just 3 days later. And who knows? This is a bit of a trial run, right? So it's gonna get a little blue. It's gonna get We'll see how it goes, bro.
We're not doing like fucking out of pocket stand up sets.
Yo, you
I
were
was
like,
thinking about like, yo, could I do a tight 5?
you were like, yo, should we do a tight 5 that's so bad it's good? I'm like, no, that's harder to do than actually a
don't
good
know.
tight 5.
Well, listen, I already
Tell me a joke. Tell me a joke.
I learned my lesson last week with like fucking baiting you into some type of like, I was the
If this Patreon post gets 1,000
No,
likes, Lawrence will do stand up.
no wagers, no fucking bets. I am not a gambling man, which we cover. A topic we cover extensively with our guest next week, which I will not spoil just yet. Yeah, so anyway, buy the tickets on Monday. We're super excited. And then, yeah, come see the show. We're thinking about maybe having some type of like DJ do the music for us, set the vibes.
We'll see.
And then, yes, we will be hanging out just after the show at the bar, chilling.
Yeah.
And we saw Wardell and friends and Adam Friedland and Connor O'Malley at the Bell House. Great venue. I had never been before.
So come on down to beautiful Gowanus.
Yeah, baby.
Where you can watch us put the anus in Gowanus.
Yeah, come fuck with the boys.
Oh, you know what you are going to see, and Chef, you can cut right after I say this, is you'll see our brand new state-of-the-art, beautiful,
piercings,
sexy body manipulation, ear piercings,
body manipulation.
I'm gonna have a new hole.
Yeah, you are. We're both getting listen. We're getting our lobes blown out for the people. So this is happening. We've booked. If you are a patron and you really fucking lob some engagement our way, you are getting your wish. We have an appointment.
So what happened was
to get our ears pierced next week.
At the end of last week's preview, I was like, "Yo, I issued a challenge that to the fans." Step the fuck up, fans.
We don't have fans. We have family.
Yeah, I issued a challenge to the family.
To the fam.
Where I was like, yo, no one actually listens to the shit on patreon.com, right? You get it like how does it work? Like you get it like straight to your Spotify or straight to your Apple?
You know me, I'm a boomer, but yeah, you can link it. Well, if you use Spotify or other apps, I don't know how it works, but if you use
whatever. The point
Apple
is
Pods, you can get an RSS feed.
The point is that it's like the Patreon is like kind of it's a bit of a scantily used resource or platform.
It is not, despite the fact that all the content goes there, it is almost like more of like a posting mechanism for the audience versus like people natively using it to consume content or engage with content.
So I was like, yo,
challenge.
If this post gets 100 likes on Patreon.
What do we average? 30?
Between 30 and 40.
Okay. And not a ton of comments either. It's sparing.
No. Maybe I was looking at like the YouTube, the watches, because those get less, but when I was like issued the 100 like challenge.
Either way. But I will say that I fucking took the bait because
No one baited you. I was like, yo, I'll do this. And then you're like, you know what? I'll do it too. And then boom, we get fucking 450 likes on this post, 442 likes on this post when the challenge was to get 100.
I think there's like 30 comments, 29, whatever.
Yeah, and now guess what? We're men of our word. Not only we've this whole fucking podcast is breaking news. Not breaking news. Not only are we men of our word, in case you didn't know.
Yeah.
And we're going to get our ears pierced. We got the appointments made at New York Adorned with Matt, right? We're back to back.
We're going back
right
to back.
Before
we
record Boys Only.
Yeah.
Going cheek to cheek.
We're gonna just be like freshly...
What if we put our lobes together and he just skewers them with one needle?
Oh, is that legal? That doesn't seem like...
So for a second, we are actually one body. We've joined lobes.
Yeah.
Yo, do you think our brains would
want to touch tips?
meld?
Mind meld? I don't know. I think this podcast is enough mind melding for
this
everyone.
engagement was fucking crazy.
Yeah. You guys 10... It's like 10x the engagement. I don't know. Went from like 1%. It's like 1% fucking normal engagement. This shit had like nearly 15. I would love that same kind of energy. Maybe not this much because clearly this was like a drone strike, a deluge of all of the fucking listeners making sure that we were men of our words and debased ourselves as we are wont to do. But I would love to see like a portion of this, a quarter of this, just like on a normal Patreon post. That would be cool.
This is the shopping cart in the parking lot challenge. Go like this post on Patreon, just out of the goodness of your heart, and let's see how we do.
Oh yeah, let's see how you do when there's nothing at stake. We're already getting our fucking ears pierced, so throw us a fucking bone.
I obviously have no one that loves me, so no one. This is happening in a loveless void.
Were you looking for an excuse to do something midlife crisis-y or drastic?
No, not really. But like when this, this is like a tree falling in a forest for me, where it's just like, yeah, I get my ear pierced. When I see my parents next, I'm like, what the fuck?
Right,
like, that's it.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot less worse than a tattoo, right? Because it is temporary. You can take it out. You can kind of like it's probably more subtle than a tattoo. You, however, had to deal with a real not
person.
Just a deluge of engagement, but a tsunami of
disappointment from my wife.
Disappointment.
So basically, when I woke up on Friday to promote this pod, at like 9 a.m., it already had over the 100 likes. Like it was like immediate. And I had a text from you because obviously I think you were up. You're up.
What time do you wake up?
Honestly, it's getting. I don't know what's happening to me, but like I've been getting up later.
What time are you going to bed?
Midnight.
And what time you get up?
8.
Okay. You're getting 8 hours of sleep?
Yeah, not the greatest sleep.
Wait, why not?
Just, I'm going to bed probably hammered. Just like, dreaming about whatever movie I fucking, shoved into my eye holes. But anyway, so I woke up and I immediately
about Nightcrawler.
And I immediately walk out. Jenna had already she'd already worked out, started her day.
Did she? And she didn't know about this because she doesn't listen.
No. She had no idea. So I basically broke down the scenario.
What do you say?
I said, James and I.
Bad news, Jimmy.
Bad influence.
Bad influence, Jimmy.
Right. I said, James and I.
I'm not an influencer. I'm influential.
James and I foolishly foolishly offered up a very stupid challenge that we didn't think through.
Did she know that it was like me issuing this, and then you at the last second were like, and me too?
No, I think
which is fine,
right.
but it's just you enthusiastically jumped on board.
And I don't want to be left out. And I'll say, like, when I ask you about the midlife crisis, doing something drastic, I'm projecting for sure. Okay. Just because, like, I don't know. I don't know. Well, anyway.
You're self-destructive.
Yes, 100%.
You want to hurt yourself.
But anyway, so I gave Jenna my version of the events, and she immediately was like processing the stages of grief about
How did you Larry wash it for her ears?
Oh, just basically saying, like, not that I, like, jumped in at the last second so I could, like, also play. I want to also be involved. I can't have this not be about me. I just said that we had foolishly issued this challenge that we didn't think through, that immediately was accomplished before I even fucking had awoken.
Because our fans are so wonderful and enthusiastic.
Yeah, I mean, sure. I don't know if she could extrapolate that from the news. But anyway, she immediately She immediately started processing. So at first, there's just shock and awe. And then immediately to, like, disappointment, just like, you guys are so dumb. Or not even you guys, you, meaning me, so dumb. Then to, like, anger, which was like...
How angry did she get?
So this is the thing that really stuck with me that she said. I hope she's not mad that I say this. She goes...
We're behind the paywall.
She was like, you're such a fucking poser. She's like, you have all these people that want to be you, but you can't even be yourself. She's like, you're going to be a fucking 34-year-old guy who goes and gets it. About to be 35, goes and gets his ear pierced. Anyway... That's as bad as it got.
Right, babe, Peter Pan syndrome, babe. It's a medical condition.
Is that what I sound like to you?
When you're talking to Jenna, yeah. babe.
So that being the absolute me at my
lowest. That was the nadir.
Right, and then it eventually softened up to the point where then it was like, okay, so if you're gonna do this,
were you like apologizing? Were you I'll make it up to you?
A little bit, but I think she knew that some men just want to watch the world burn. Other men just want to get their ear pierced. So then
Heath Ledger had a great small hoop.
Yes. So then it became a thing where I was like, yo, I'm thinking small hoop. And she's like, no. She goes, if you get anything more than a stud, she's like, we're going to have fucking serious problems.
So stud is the most inconspicuous.
Yes. And in her mind was like, she was like, that's the threshold of divorce.
Really?
Like that. She's like, if you
not everything else you've done.
And listen, and do I really think that like I would get divorced over an ear piercing? No,
but it's what the ear piercing represents,
right, which is very loaded. And we've only scratched the surface of unpacking that. It's
a small hoop of self-destruction.
And a teensy weensy Ouroboros.
Yeah. Just time is a small hoop.
Yeah. Now since then, we've been talking a lot about it. She obviously knows we made the appointment. Yeah, I mean, it's because,
not a lot going on in the Schlossman-Blackwell household, huh?
Not a lot going on in the Throwing Fits extended universe either, apparently. But anyway, we have since moved on where now she's okay with me going small hoop.
Okay.
So now my question...
Were you arguing for it, or were you like...
No, I was advocating 1,000%. That's what I want.
Oh, so you weren't like apologizing, or you weren't apologetic, or like, begging, asking for forgiveness or seeking forgiveness. You were like, I want small hoop.
Well, once I guess once she reached the acceptance stage of grief, I think that I then saw an opportunity to maybe haggle a bit. Yeah,
that's the bargaining grief.
Yeah, I was bargaining. Yeah, but just doing a little marketing on my own behalf, trying to sell the small hoop, which she is convinced will look really stupid, versus and this she's just talking about me, versus the stud, which just might be like dumb and foolish. With that said, if I'm going small hoop, and that was what you were gonna do, can you, for obviously content purposes, should you now go above and beyond and go dangly cross?
Well, I wouldn't go dangly cross.
Dangly pearl?
Fuck God. I did just watch Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Pearl Monster, whatever the fuck.
Bro, you watched
the Black Pearl.
Worst movies.
No, POTC is gas.
No, it's not.
POTC is fucking gas.
The first one.
And yeah, it was the first one. Oh. It's fire. And
Dead Man's Chest?
No, it's Curse of the Pearl. Curse of the Black Pearl. The Black Pearl.
Pierced men tell no tales.
Davy Jones had a small hoop.
Damn. A lot of great Disney content for the Zoot.
Yo, he probably had mad piercings, the Johnny Depp character, Captain Jack Sparrow.
I think Johnny Depp just had mad piercings, generally speaking, right?
That movie, though, what other movie was admittedly kind of like, a fun romp, but was brought up from like a 6 to an 8, 8.5, just by the music alone.
Oh, I don't know. Is the score amazing? I haven't seen those movies since the theaters, probably.
It's incredible. And apparently the later ones are actually kind of good. Like 2
and 3
I heard that. 2 and 3 are ass, but then I think 4 and 5.
They brought it back.
Yeah, they do like a gritty I think they're going to reboot them, actually.
Well, I think they were working on one now, but it became such a fucking budgetary fucking crisis that it's been tabled. But whatever.
Anyway, I was watching POTC. Where were we? Oh, Small Hoop.
Yeah. So what do you? So we can't get the same thing.
Well,
or can
I was always thinking thin, gold, small hoop.
Yeah, same.
Because I think that's like what I saw.
Like hugging the lobe, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's what
I have a friend that has that.
What does Chef have? Oh, Chef has studs.
I have a friend that has the small gold hoop, and he looks really good.
Is he a homosexual?
He is. When I
there
saw,
you go.
yeah, of course he looks good. When I like growing up, I think that dudes like my dad's age who were always like the cool friends, they like two of them had like small hoops
for sure, like cool uncle guy.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
Like
Absolutely.
he's an artist or like a
the
writer.
Rob McMillan types.
Yeah, yeah.
Cosmopolitan men of the world.
Dangly earring, pearl earring, I think is a step too far. Where that is some true poser shit.
Right,
it's
right.
like that's where you're trying to trot into like Gen Z territory. Like the motherfuckers that I was with last night.
Sure.
Where like TikTok is a real thing to them, not just like some dumb shit you watch while taking a shit.
Right.
This is like, yeah, shit talk. That shit talk. That shit talk.
Nice. Get some future in the outro.
What was I saying?
So what are you
Small
going to
hoop.
do?
So I think
we're going to do the same thing?
The other thing is that I did an informal. Well, I asked my crush. I was like, stud, small hoop.
Wait, is it who I think?
Yeah.
Okay, what was her advice?
Small hoop.
Really?
No hesitation. She's like,
oh, well,
small hoop.
So then you have to do it then. So
I have to do it.
So let me ask you a two-part question. One, is it then extra ridiculous, whether that's good or bad, that we basically get the same thing? And then the second part is, should I revert back to stud, which is not what I want in my heart of hearts, but this was your thing. I am fucking glomming on here. I am picking.
No, you're not glomming on. I think that the stud, you'd be surprised. So like when I was booking the appointments, I was looking through the jewelry. There are a lot of stud options besides just like it's not just like a small gold or silver circle.
Like some type of like ball or something?
No, but you could also do like something like a little more ornamental.
So
I'm
it
just
draws
saying,
more attention?
I'm just saying it doesn't have to be like you could do it.
Which one are we getting? What's the one that you do if you're straight?
I think left, but I think also that doesn't matter anymore.
Oh, damn. So you're going to have it on camera moving forward, and I'm not.
That's right.
Maybe I should go dangly pearl.
Wait, so are you going to go left?
Well,
you could go up here.
No,
you could go on the inner fucking.
No,
the
stop
inner,
it.
The inner. Why am I holding the mic up here? The inner little nub.
The one that and I don't know if I mentioned this because you were joking about eyebrow piercing last week, whatever. The thing that I really want the most, which I would never do because this is a step too far, is nose ring. I think is the dopest.
I just think that would hurt too much.
You don't think this is gonna hurt?
No. You don't think nose ring is fire?
I just think it's cool. I don't know, like Tupac. Though actually,
he had a stud.
I don't even like Tupac. But listen. Not a fan of the music. Loved his fucking body mod.
Loved the nose piercing.
So maybe we're gonna get the same thing. Then. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see when we're there.
Well,
right?
Are you gonna match to your silver rolly and silver ring?
No, but then it's like maybe I'll do silver and you do gold.
We can also do different like widths, right?
Yeah.
Different like gauges.
Damn, and I don't know. Maybe depending on like because we have different.
Yo, get an ear gauge.
No. If we have different sized lobes, maybe yours will be like a little hanging low more than mine. Maybe who knows?
Do your small hoop hang low? To a throw.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's happening next week, and we'll be talking about. We'll be
Thursday.
debuting them on Patreon. And
Fuck.
Are you gonna? We'll take some video. I think nothing like not
Nothing
Jane
crazy.
user level shit. Right. No production level, but like
I mean, honestly, the craziest thing
iPhone
was
stuff.
the craziest
Carbone
thing was how
level shit.
The craziest thing was the enthusiasm to like when we kind of made it a little interactive and we made it like an issue to the challenge to our fans. And the response is crazy, and obviously it's because it's the first one.
Yeah.
And if we were to do this every week, like it would, be diluted.
It'd be ridiculous.
But we were talking to the guest who we're going to announce in a little bit, and he was like, "Why don't you do a fucking challenge?" We just told him about this. It's like, "Why don't you do a challenge where it's like make a tier on Patreon where it's like $20,000 a month and." We were talking about my tattoos. Like, you get a tattoo of their name or face on your body, like on your ass.
Other podcasts will shout you out as as an executive producer. Ironically enough, we're talking about our boy Big Cat, our ex-executive,
Barstool Big Cat,
our ex-producer,
large Catherine, gargantuan pussy.
Yeah, big old pussy. I mean, I don't know what would you need to get someone's name tatted, but that's our version of the shouting out of an executive producer.
Well,
I guess is what I was
take away it being per month. If it's just like a one-time payment of like 20 G's, like
20 G's got to go harder than just getting someone's name tatted on you. 20 G's is and by the way,
wait, hold on, 20 G's, you got to go get a harder tattoo.
I think you should get like a photorealistic portrait at that point. 20 racks.
No. Also, like 20 G's, I think a name is doable. Like on my ass.
No one would even. I think that's not enough. If I'm like a rich,
I don't know. I feel like
fan-
there's got to be a fucking like son of an oligarch listening or watching. I always say this. I'm like, what if there was like a $100,000 tier where it's like, yo, live with Jimmy and Larry for a year?
No, just live. You could be James. You could sleep on James's couch. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that.
But if we got like 5 people to like chip in like 20 G's and I was about to collect a 100 racks, would you not want to glom onto that and be like, yo, let me get a taste and break your tattoo ban?
Yeah.
I think gets let's say it's a name. Would you get someone's name?
Yes.
Your first ever tattoo for $50,000.
And I think that's an easier sell to my wife because then there's like we're benefiting, right? Like the earring is just like I'm gonna show up and I'm just gonna be like a whacker version of myself.
This
basically.
is what I look like now.
Yeah, this is who I am. Even though obviously, like you said, you can like take it out and it'll close up immediately. And this is definitely. I'm sure this is extremely rich coming from guys who at the $20 level are just like, well, you can say that you're friends with us. So like, where do you really go from there? But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's like a $1,000 tier. Maybe it is your initials tatted.
$1,000 tier would be fire. I mean, you have to like either you have to stick around for a whole year, but then it's like
no way, no. Any of these payments are someone's signing up and then immediately de-pledging as soon as they get whatever the thing.
Exactly. So like you got to do it like for a year or something. I don't know. I mean, should we issue another challenge where it's like get us to 6,000 YouTube subscribers? Maybe it's not body modification. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's like, yo, you get to FaceTime Chuck.
So Cameo.
Yeah, like Rudy Giuliani.
An immersive cameo. I mean,
I think we're still on Cameo, by the way.
I would love, except we're not fulfilling any of those requests. Sorry if you're trying to get your boy the worst birthday present of all time.
I think we got deplatformed from Cameo.
We were canceled. We were canceled off Cameo.
We're Cami Node.
Yeah, I believe that's the industry term. No, I guess like. I don't know, man. I'd have to think about what is actually worth to me because like the earring thing, it's kind of working, and this is obviously why I glommed on because I want it to happen.
What if there's like
I'll take 5. I'd love 5K subscribers on YouTube, so I don't know what's the worth. What is that worth to us?
Well, if you're asking for a group action, then it has to be something that we do either like proactively or to ourselves, right? It's not an individual paying us money or paying us like hitting a certain threshold so that like
you and I slap box. I don't want to do it.
I want to fight you.
No, I don't want to.
You'll piss on me.
Also, here's the thing. We're going to be out. So basically, this is also pathetic. We're out here fucking begging and haggling for engagement on Patreon or like YouTube subscribers. I would hope that if you're listening to this, can you subscribe to our YouTube?
Yeah.
Can you do that? Can you also, again, like I said before, just engage with Patreon? Not to that level. That's a lot to ask, but like,
Well, yo, a lot of the comments,
the goodness of your heart.
A lot of the comments on the Jay Muser stuff was like, yo, Jimmy and Larry need a show.
I agree.
My dream is to have some sort of like travel show where like our boy Bourdain, noted small hoopsman.
Yes, 100%.
It would be like Jimmy and Larry, go do this, go do that. But it costs money.
Yeah.
Right? So we need a fucking sponsor. Or, yo, maybe that's the tier.
Oh, like you basically, so you're funding, but you're an executive producer on Jimmy and Larry blank. Which is
or it's like Jimmy and
title.
Larry visit blank and like style him for his fucking prom or first date.
So
or whatever,
MTV made.
Yeah. You ever watch the Wale one where he taught a kid how to rap?
Was it a white kid?
And I think this is when Wale wore like really weird hats.
Yo, getting Wale to teach you how to rap is like getting fucking Jimmy and Larry to teach you how to podcast. It's like aim higher.
Yeah. Fuck. Wait. Let me. Okay. Talk. Keep talking.
Anyway, yeah. I don't know. Thank you for all the love on the Jay Muser stuff. It is funny to see some of the comments. Obviously about the show, I agree with you.
C-Ray's Walls. That's what his name was. C-Ray's Walls, who was like on an MF Doom. He had a feature on an MF Doom record.
The rapper got an MF Doom feature?
C-Ray's Walls had a good song.
Oh, not Wale. You're talking. I thought you were talking about the kid who was made into C-Ray Walls.
No, C-Ray's Walls is a real rapper.
That's the worst rapper name I've ever heard of.
Yo, he has a nose ring in the septum.
Okay, this guy rocks. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Damn, he has 2,800 followers on Instagram. That is.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Sheesh. Well, obviously made that would have been pre-social media, so he couldn't have capitalized on that moment. No, I think that there were some funny comments. People being like, "Who makes the suit?" Or, "Yo, how does the suit fit?" It's like, bro. There's literally a 9-minute fucking TV show about the entire made-to-measure process. What the fuck are you doing?
The best comment was someone was like, I asked for 7 minutes in heaven, but I got 8.
Yeah. Yeah. True. Shout out to all the fucking fam, dude.
Shout out to the viewers.
Appreciate you guys. So anyway,
if anyone knows anyone at Hulu, Netflix, HBO Max, fucking Disney Plus.
You
Amazon
and I,
Prime.
we've got our clutches in Hollywood as we speak, and I don't want to fucking tease out anything that is absolutely just a twinkle.
Should we get to the next segment, which is breaking news? We fucking talk about Patreon tiers.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Fellas and ladies, how much was the Patreon goal of our LA week?
Oh, right. It was 17.5. Finally.
Blew past that shit.
Yeah.
Wait, what have the goals been?
The goals were 5K, which was us making back the MGF Barstool, and we were throwing not a Jonah Hill Day party because of the expectation that Jonah would be there, but a little shindig at Kinfolk. And then from there, 10K was Carbone. No, 10K was all birds.
Oh, yeah.
12 or something. Then 12.5, we were all birds for a week and did fit picks. 12.5 was the Carbone thing.
Take Chuck to Carbone.
And then I think from there it went right to, I don't know.
It must have been 15, right?
And then obviously the Jenna's at 20, but the LA trip was 17.5.
All right, so the LA trip has been motherfucking booked.
Finally. This is 2 years later.
We finally sat down. When was that? Last week?
No, a couple days ago. We did it
like Monday.
Maybe. Yeah, Monday.
I don't even think we were planning on doing it. I was just like, yo, let's hop on a Zoom, talk about the J Musa rollout. And I was like, by the way, we should book the LA shit.
Let's just do it, yeah.
I was looking at tickets. Like, tickets are pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
But it'd be even more fire if we upgraded.
Yeah, first class tickets. Yeah. Business class.
I'm trying to lie flat.
What is it called?
Hours.
Delta what?
Delta 1.
Delta 1, dude.
Hell yeah.
Sounds like a spaceship, bro. So we are, when are we going? When are we going to LA? October
10th to October 16th. We're going Sunday to Saturday because
it's a work week, baby.
Monday through Friday, we're fucking putting in work like Fergenstein.
Yes, sir, ski.
Yeah, so the goal is to just churn out a shitload of content.
As many pods as possible.
People in LA that we otherwise would have to Zoom with, which obviously, shout out all the Zoom podcasts.
We've gotten over that. It used to be a thing that we were so against, and obviously changed
but
that.
being in person, there's just
it's better vibes.
You can catch a vibe.
100%.
You can build a chemistry.
Yeah.
So we just today kind of built out a guest list, but
a wish list.
Here's something we need from you guys
is
tell us the dream guests that you want that are based in LA that you don't think
that are attainable. We're not going to
get
we're not getting like Kendrick Lamar, or could we?
We do have Drake on that.
Yeah, we're definitely like, who in the network can we really lean on? Can we ask Bia for another favor besides your
Drizzy.
birthday dinner at Malibu?
Yeah, but
never
which he was late on.
Yeah,
so
let us know. Go in the cord guest suggestions.
Yeah. We're just gonna cut. I mean, if we do 2 pods a day,
I think that should be the goal.
Really? So that's 10 pods. That's 10 weeks of content.
I mean, what are we gonna do? We're gonna go for a hike. We're gonna go to Erewhon.
No, I'm
Moon
not going
juice?
to No, that's not. That's fucking stupid. Going on a hike would be fun. Going to Malibu. Surfing.
Yeah, we should.
Going surfing.
That might be fun.
Also, just doing we could just do stuff.
It's gonna be.
What are we gonna do? Just hang out in our fucking cool mid-century modern Airbnb all fucking day?
we did ball out a bit on the In the Hills bachelor pad.
Yeah,
that's pretty sick. Hot tub, grill.
Well, it was all right. We need 2 bedrooms and we need 2 bathrooms. And then
water feature.
Water feature
want,
optional.
not a need.
Yeah, a nice to have, not a need to have.
Yeah, exactly.
So I looked up something in a realistic price range, right? Because this is we are paying for this.
No, we 1,000%. We're paying for it. There's no sponsor. We tried. There's no sponsor.
There's no sponsor. We didn't really try.
We tried with one brand.
They
were not into it.
The one spot with a pool, and so the budget for not the budget, but what it the market dictates that we're spending about 4 G's for the week for 6 nights
on lodging.
On lodging alone. Tickets were $2,500.
Yeah. What is the car that you rented?
The fucking Chevy Equinox or whatever the fuck. Which, by the way. You're from Jersey, bro. How do you not know how to drive?
No, I do know how to drive. First of all, I'm going to sit in the back like it's an Uber.
I'm going to crash. I'm going to cut your seatbelt and then crash.
I've talked about this on the pod a few times, but just to remind people, I have a driver's license. I am a noted horrible driver. I have fallen asleep at the wheel multiple times. My ADHD does not lend itself to safe highway etiquette. So with all of that said, I will be acquiescing the driving to you, and I will sit shotgun. I'll do the music, but I will not be getting behind the wheel.
Can you navigate? I guess I don't need navigation.
You know the Fredo Santana tweet? It's people be like, "Yo, Fredo, I want to never see you drive." Be like, and he goes, "You ever see Obama drive?" Exactly.
All right, so we're getting a Chevy Equinox.
Chiquinox.
A Chiquinox. I like that. And And yeah, so the one crib that was like in the 4K range was this. I was an advocate for it at first, and then you were anti, but then you came around, but then I was anti at this point. It's it looks like a fucking. It looks like Liberace had sex with the country of Morocco.
Close your eyes and imagine
Tuscany.
Imagine what Rachel Tashin's apartment looks like, and then on steroids. This shit is like fucking a mystical wonderland of Baroque opulent nonsense.
There's no couches. There's only day beds.
Yeah, there's only day beds. But there was a pool, which was the only house in our price range.
There's like there's like chandeliers. Yeah. There's like every light is a chandelier.
The bathrooms looked like shit.
The bathrooms looked like
where was
ass.
that? That was in. That's not in the hills. That was in.
I think that was more like
West Hollywood, right?
West Hollywood. More on the West Hollywood side of the hills versus just like the Hollywood Hills.
It was like, and if it was straight bungalow vibes, I'd be very much into it, mainly because I think it would be cool to have a robust water feature, not just a hot tub for two dudes.
Well, here's the thing. If you don't turn the heat on, it's a plunge pool.
Okay, true. And
which, yes, we are going to be jacuzzing.
Yeah. And it was
just the two of us.
The weird ass.
Jolin jacuzzi.
the little jacuzzi vertical. The weird... little fucking Alice in Wonderland shit. The woman renting it her name is literally Nona, like an Italian grandma. Nona's Magical Mystery Tour.
Wait, is that true?
That was the whole joke. I was dying.
Really?
Her name is Nona.
I was calling her Nona because I was like, yo, this looks like some shit at Tuscany.
No, her name. The woman renting it.
That's
not to
really
dox her, but her name is Nona.
Okay, well, her photos are going to be in the Zood board. I did not know that.
Yeah, but the bathrooms looked like shit, and like you said, we would prefer sofas to day beds. TV situation also looked a little mid.
It's like, oh, there's going to be football on.
You said that.
I know, which like,
because I thought you were making fun of me.
No, because you were like, yeah, bro, we're going to be out to dinner every night.
I tried to convince you the per diem was $1,000 a day for food.
Which I was like, yo, break that down for me.
I can't.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what are we?
I can't.
What the fuck are we doing for lunch? I know iced coffees in LA are fucking absurd and Ubers are absurd, but like,
well, we're gonna be driving everywhere, so no Ubers.
Well,
unless
we're drinking, and also like we're gonna be I have to imagine that we're gonna be taken out to dinners.
I hope so. That's a fingers crossed situation for sure.
But I was like, you're like, why wouldn't we stay at a hotel? I was like, would you like hotels?
I do really like hotels, but you made the great point, which is like to ask one step further, Lawrence, why do you like hotels? And I was like, oh, right, to be lazy and get room service, which we're not going to be doing.
And just like watch TV all day.
Yeah, just fucking.
It's like we're trying to be. I was like, yo, if we're gonna ball out on the tickets and we're gonna ball out slightly because we didn't go crazy on the crib.
No, it's fine. I mean, it's
nice.
It's
dope.
Not
like,
but it's not like. Well, it's not like.
It's everything we need and a little bit more.
I'm not taking up extended residence at the chateau.
Which you were like, yo, should we do that?
Yeah,
like,
I was also
we can't.
Have you ever stayed there before?
No, I've had meals there.
I stayed one time on Grailed's dime, and I hate to be a fucking 40-year-old indie podcaster about this, but it is a fucking vibe, and it's sick, and the pool rocks, and the food, the whole restaurant scene, and the food is pretty good.
Yeah, but I heard post-COVID they've kind of like really gone off the deep end with everything.
I stayed there, at this point now 3 years.
My main thing is I'll stay at a hotel if it's on like the corporate dime,
sure.
like you said, and you can order a $8.50 beer to your room, and then it ends up costing $16.99 because of like all the fees and shit. I do not want to do that if like
when it's our money.
When it's our money and the amount that we're gonna be like drinking and hanging out and shit. And I was like, yo, the thing about an Airbnb, you were like, oh, what about this one? I was like, there's no kitchen really.
Oh,
and you were like, why do we need a kitchen?
Yeah, we were arguing about.
And I'm like, bro, we should cook a lot of our own food.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck? I was like, I'll cook for you.
You and I cook at home like basically every night, right? And I think that while this is like a business trip, it's not a vacation. And when I'm out of town, I don't want to be like, and I would love to fucking grill up some ribeyes with my fucking boy, eat them in a hot tub. but
Eddie Griffin and Deuce Bigelow, Mad Gigolo.
My thinking was that like outside of like that first day when we land on Sunday, it's like I would hope that we have dinner plans every night, whether that's being taken out or taking somebody out. So
yeah, but you want a place to store.
The kitchen wasn't paramount.
You want a place to store like snacks, cold cuts, bread, like for lunch and shit, especially.
Every time I go on a trip and that move happens where like that first day you touch down, you get settled, you do the grocery run, nothing. It's always you're overcompensating for what you actually are going to consume, and that then becomes a waste.
Yeah, but
that's never not happened.
We're going to have a whip. Also in LA, you can't just like casually walk down to the corner to get some food. It becomes a whole fucking thing.
I mean, I also hope we'll be like,
especially because we're in the fucking hills.
I also hope we'll be like luncheon, and we'll be like, taking some lunch meetings too. I don't know. I guess we'll see how the schedule shakes out. But yes, there's a kitchen, and I'm sure we'll cook a meal.
I guess it's more like, do we want to take meetings about like, do we want to take like high power meetings? Do we want to hit up like the dudes that have kind of been circling around our orbit, the vultures that are like, how do I get a taste?
If it's
machine,
if it's fucking free cocktails and a free fucking salad, I'll do it. I mean, whatever, dude.
You're going salad?
I don't know, for lunch.
You going cocktails and salad for lunch?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, sure, totally. Damn. Yeah, my favorite lunch is like I'm between now that we're retired professional podcasters. It used to be like the 3 beer lunch. That's kind of ticked up a little bit closer to 5, but the 5 beer lunch is my favorite move.
You love meeting people for lunch.
It is my favorite thing to do. I love getting lunch.
I don't like it. Fucks up my whole day.
And the difference between me and you is I plan my day around that. That's the focal point of the day.
Well, your day starts with the lunch.
No, not exactly.
Well, you sleep till 9, you said, and then like, what are you doing between? And then you got to travel, so you're like, you got to get dressed at 11, bounce out of the crib at 11:30.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a workout in there. Argue with my wife about my new ear piercing for an hour or two, and then
go to lunch with some guy that's like, "Yo, sick ear piercing."
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Go to lunch at the ear piercing store.
Nailed it. Yes, going to lunch at Studs.
What the fuck?
So that's the LA. So send us your Rex in the cord. And again, another reason, get in the cord. The cord
guest
Rex.
There should be a whole
stuff to do. Oh, we should do a channel. LA.
There should be a whole LA channel, which is like guests, restaurants, bars,
activities.
Any homies in LA that want to try and hang out.
So the other thing we're thinking about is, and this is very early days, but could we do some type of cool kind of link for all of the West Coast Throw Gang, and not anything like on the level of the barbecue where there's like moving parts and logistics, but yeah, maybe it's like a meetup. Just at a bar.
Fucking Griffin or fucking whatever the canyon is.
Griffith Park?
Runyon Canyon?
Yeah. No, I don't. Well, no.
Group run.
No, but like
but some shit like Mohawk General.
Yes,
maybe some shit at fucking Union. Right?
Yo, if the live show cracks, maybe that would be a big commitment. But yeah, I don't know.
Not really. We just copy
and
paste.
Run it back.
Copy and paste. Yo, what up, dude? Sorry, LA. What's good in Gawani? I mean, Los Feliz.
Yeah, but I think we will try to make that happen. I mean, the biggest criticism of the barbecue, which was perfect and wonderful and incredible, often discussed in this podcast, was besides the rain, was that people felt like left out if they weren't in town or available. So
I don't know. Basically, what we've done is we've set the parameters and we kind of got to like the outline, right?
Yes.
Now we got to kind of fill the sandbox.
Right.
Like, what are we gonna do? So obviously pods. Obviously, just fucking
lunches and dinners,
and
hanging out.
Big high-powered meetings, where this was a question I asked, which I've never had to ask my friends when we like go on a trip. I was like, when I was booking tickets, not that it matters because with Delta One you get 2 free check bags. But I was like, yo, are you gonna check a bag? Like, because we're gonna have a lot of fits.
Yeah, we'd be taking.
This might be the most high.
We have to create content, so we'll probably be taking fit pics and yeah.
So when I go on vacation, I'm not thinking like fits for the feed. I'm thinking like, okay, here's like some
fits
active
for me,
stuff.
not fits for the feed.
No, it's like here's some active stuff. Here's like a daytime fit, a nighttime fit, where it's like you're doing stuff during the day, and then you got to go home, shower, and change into like shit for dinner or going out.
Pool fit, dinner fit.
Exactly. This is gonna be, and also how
2
much
fits a day is gonna get when we're there for 6 days, 6 nights. Yeah,
I might stay longer.
That's right. I don't know, man. Yeah, we might
got to check it back.
Bro, I really have trying to, and I think I've talked about this when I went to see my in-laws, but like I don't know if it was not traveling or whatever, I'm really moving past my overpacking days. Like I'm really trying to be efficient. Or like literally, like where it's like, yo, like a beater per day, right? And the corresponding camp.
Well, yo, because we're in the Airbnb, I think there's laundry.
Oh.
Which you can do at a hotel, but it's like $200, $300.
No, and then you're waiting on someone else's fucking time and all that.
You can also go to a laundromat.
I'm not trying to repeat outfits if we're seeing people and taking promo pics for pods and creating content. I want to we should do some shopping. We need to do some shopping. That's what we're going to do.
The biggest flex, one of the biggest flex I've ever seen, I was in LA.
Wardrobe allowance from TF at Mohawk General. Go live on IG? Live shopping?
I'm here with Kevin trying on. Kevin, give me all the smock and the trees.
You and I haven't dipped into wardrobe allowance for TF ever. But we've talked about our Fashion Bros wardrobe
Well, we
allowance
did with
like
our
a million times.
We did with our live show when we bought a bunch of stuff off Amazon that said "Come cuck,
clean up cuck,
and come slut" or something.
Simp. You were a
Come
simp.
simp.
You were
simp bogo.
You were just in the simp. You were in the
The
gigantic.
cleanup cuck was covered. It was a cum.
It was cum
splattered.
font.
Yeah, cum
Yes.
font. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Title of the episode: cum font.
No, I don't think you can. I think they will change cum font. Like they'll put a star over the whatever. Anyway, we can sort out Apple or whoever the fuck.
Com font. Com de garçon font.
Com font. Come home plus. That was. I mean, I don't want to spoil too much, but Big Cat asking what Home Plus meant was pretty.
Oh
good.
my god.
He thought it was plus size. What he called me? All right. What are we? So LA trip is happening.
Yeah,
it's
LA
finally
trip's
booked.
happening.
We're
That's
gonna
be fun.
We'll create
October
the channel
10th
in the cord.
October 10th to 16th.
Yeah.
And
And if you're out there, hopefully we'll see you.
if you're out there and your name is Drake, hopefully we'll interview you. Speaking of which, fucking
Champagne Poppy.
Donda Watch continues.
Bro,
where-
and breaking news, the iTunes placeholder date was just moved again to the 22nd.
well, it's not breaking anymore because today's Friday.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, breaking in the moment for us. Damn, you're right.
I guess the new development that's kind of like overshadowed all of Kanye and Donda is people are speculating.
Is this
this
overshadow? But is it really overshadowed?
Well, okay, this is the main talking point of this
Narrative.
week of Donda Watch, which is this a Kanye Drake Cold War where Kanye is intentionally pushing the album back to either go head to head like he did with 50 Cent against Drake, or to just fuck up Drake's like entire marketing and rollout plan, and not just in like the cool stuff Drake does where like drops a video, drops a visual or whatever.
The cool stuff that Drake does.
The stuff that like you and I see, but it's also like a lot of stuff on the back end.
Oh,
and
sure,
I know this from the Def Jam shit where it's like, delivering it to platforms, like syncing up the timing of that, talking to fucking YouTube. He probably has some sort of fucking CLB doc in the works with iTunes as well, or Apple Music, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
So every moving part, if this is what's happening, every moving part on Drake's rollout is there's a monkey wrench in the gears, whatever.
Yeah. When the 50 was going head to head with Kanye, how tapped in were you to that whole thing at that time?
Not really. I was in college, so I wasn't really like kind of paying attention to I didn't like have a TV record, like watch the interview on BET.
I mean, obviously everyone remembers like the iconic Rolling Stone cover, and I remember like it being a big narrative on MTV or TRL or whatever the fuck. And I remember at the time being like, damn, like it's crazy that 50 is doing this because he's gonna get washed, and he ultimately ended up.
You thought that?
Yeah, and
because a lot of people didn't think that.
Because I was a Kanye stan. Well, also think about the records that were dropped. Graduation, which I feel like maybe now people like don't like as much, but I would argue, maybe an unpopular opinion, Galaxy Brain Take, is maybe is it my second favorite Kanye record?
All right,
it's really good. But anyway, what did 50 drop? The terrible. Well, I didn't like the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, which was his second record. Obviously, Get Rich or Die Trying is a classic. But this was the one with the Timberlake AO technology.
Yeah.
Like, it was so bad. I say all that to say now, as I look at a potential kind of like, sequel to this battle featuring Kanye again, Kanye feels like the 50. Even if he's way more culturally relevant than obviously 50 was.
And even if Drake isn't as much an underdog as Kanye was.
Or an earth-shattering visionary artist. Just a guy who makes bangers.
Was like, I guess like the whole narrative, and I only know this because like NCB wrote a Complex article where it was like the day that Kanye killed gangsta rap.
Right. It was the streets versus the artist or whatever.
Yeah, or like rap Hollywood.
Whatever racist narrative you want to fucking throw out there.
The thug versus the visionary.
Well, it's that was Outkast. It's the poet and the thug, right? That's how they always painted Andre and Big Boy, though that was obviously by their own design. Certified Lover Boy guaranteed will be better than Donda in its replayability and its peaks. With that said,
well, it's gonna be stream. It's absolutely gonna be streamed more, right? Because it's gonna be fucking pop smashes.
He's Michael Jackson.
And if what we heard on the second Donda live event is like, which is good, and
big improvement, honestly.
Yeah,
better than Ye or not? It's way it's way too long and there's a lot of filler.
Way too long, but I like a lot of the features.
Yes, the features are really strong.
Yeah, there's a lot
besides
of like,
Yachty, who was a terrible addition.
2 minutes of that woman just saying Donda.
Oh yeah,
like
Donda.
Here. Oh my, our Lagace boots have arrived. Let me just buzz this in real quick.
Should we do this live?
No,
you want me to carry it while you?
No, because he's leaving it by the mailbox.
So yes, I agree with you that the second version of Donda that was streamed. Excuse me, I just burped into the mic. That's disgusting. That was streamed was that Thursday night? Was really good in comparison. Well, we were out to dinner with Cam and
that's
Ethan,
right.
and I think it was really good in comparison to the super fucking unfinished. Don't fucking unplug this. We're gonna lose everything. Be careful.
Oh, God.
Which is weird that's so. I don't know if that's how it works. That's how it seemingly works.
That's what Big Cat said. They lost the Ditka interview off that.
Oh, that's right. Or half the dick interview.
All of it off the Zoom.
Oh, right. Damn. That's right. He did say that. Anyway, I am not like super bullish because I've been burned too many times now. But I do think it's not going to be, I think it's going to be better than Ye, which was short and bad with like only maybe a couple highlights. Primarily the line, "Call up the Muslims, said I'm about to go dumb," which is such a great Kanye line. And yeah, the features hit, like you said. So we'll see.
Yeah. I guess, I think critics will be like, yo, Donda is whatever. Like,
I don't know. I kind of feel like people are going to be like, this is the best gospel record of all time. The bar is so low.
There is a lot of God on there, and it is kind of like, it does fluctuate between like God and rap, especially with like all the features. But the Drake shit, like, if you, it depends how you want to measure it, right? The metric for success is just like streams, like Drake's gonna smoke Kanye.
Well, no, I think critical and popular appraisal typically lines up on these kind of projects, meaning like Pitchfork and what you think and what Pitchfork thinks will probably be aligned.
I don't know. Does Kanye look a lot cooler than Drake?
Come on, bro.
Like, it's fucking Drake taking a little thoughty pic in the mirror with like
So
his fucking
whack.
his heart,
So bad.
his heart, thing, which is now like at this point he's just fucking stale as shit.
Right. Well,
Versus Kanye just fucking in the Bane shit.
Right.
Where
the branding couldn't be more polarizing.
Speaking of 50 Cent, the fucking bulletproof vest, a la G Unit, and then just fucking doing curls for the girls, looking like Bane, but out for blood. Like it looks a lot better. The spiky jacket, the denim shit. Like,
yeah, of course.
The visuals are crazy.
Mm-hmm. And like
Loving
we said,
it.
Kanye looking cool is like half the battle. Whereas,
Kanye making the Kanye merch.
Right, which made $7 million. Can you imagine paying $100 for a long sleeve T-shirt, whether or not it's designed by Demna or he just like fucking approved some intern's design, but with a cross and a Jewish star? Like, talk about being a fucking loser. You got if you bought that. If you're one of the fucking thousands of people that cop that shit.
At the Gen Z TikTok party I was at last night, I saw a Miracle Whip Mercedes-Benz fucking.
That's Edgar.
Oh, really? It's not Ye?
No, well,
but it's a reference to Kanye.
It's a reference to a tee that dropped some merch from College Dropout. But if you saw one like today, that's 1,000% an Edgar flip, which he did.
Got it.
Yeah, I think that, and then the way to measure Drake is by amount of bangers, right? The singles that you're going to be hearing.
Yeah,
if,
and you're going to play
Delta
them all
doesn't
fucking
ruin
year.
the fucking fall.
Well, also it's like, if my thing is like, yo, why does Drake just drop his shit right now? If you see Donda getting pushed back to, what is it, 22nd? So
Next week.
9 days from now, 10 days from now, why doesn't Drake just fucking drop it right now and
re-sees
the narrative?
Sure.
Because also this has got to be timed up with his Nike release, which we saw on Hidden NY's Instagram, which is where the fucking hold on.
The beef of the century.
The beef to end all beef is happening on a Zood board.
Don C, the worst sneaker designer since fucking Travis Scott.
But
versus Chubbs.
But the closest we've ever gotten to Kanye on a foreign podcast endeavor that shall not be named.
Oh fuck! I shouldn't disparage Don C. He was
on Filling Upwards, bro.
Courtesy of Wendy's.
Yeah, thank you, Wendy's.
It was the shortest pod we ever did, and
He also
Don C's first podcast.
He also claimed that Taz was
Arnold.
Taz Arnold was the fucking swaggiest dude in that fish sticks or Tommy Ton.
Yeah. Well,
South
also
Park
the fish
sticks.
Also the fish sticks. Yeah.
Photo.
Beefing?
Yo, I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, how did we let Don C say that and not just fucking let him get away with that?
We only had 28 minutes.
Yeah.
So we didn't have time to dive deep. We have to run it back. No. It is funny to see Don C, and I guess Don C is now no longer Nike affiliated because he's shitting on a Nike product because like he did the Just on Jordans.
He did the Jordans, right?
But I guess now, you know what it is? I think now, because he released his own silhouette. And the reason I'm calling him a bad designer is because that silhouette was ass. The shoe that he designed, it's like a made in Italy high-end fashion sneaker. Maybe that signaled the end of his relationship with Nike. And I guess now that I'm working it on real time is probably why he was also firing shots because he feels like just like much like Kanye, you've been spurned by the swoosh. Yeah. But to see... And we know, having had Big Hidden himself on the podcast, the biggest mate the biggest fucking bloke.
Well, let's not give away where he's from.
He had a British fucking accent.
Oh, that's right. Well, I guess his voice was on the podcast.
Yes. It wasn't like Gangland. It wasn't like Ion.
Yo, imagine if he was doing a fake British accent the whole time to throw us off the scent. Oi.
But Champagne Poppy is his.
Jimmy.
He's like not
Champagne Poppy.
He's not.
He's not for the POTC extended universe.
He's not a fucking pikey gypsy.
What?
You should not probably. You can say.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, I did not hear what you said.
What
but
do you think I said?
I'm not going to say what I think you said, but also I don't think you could say
gypsy.
P word, G word.
I think you're also not supposed to say
gypsy.
Gypsy. But anyway,
Roma. He's not Brad Pitt from Snatch. Far better than Layer Cake, by the way. Rewatch Snatch.
Well,
have you?
We're not. But the whole point of Layer Cake can stand on its own. I don't think you necessarily should just compare them.
No, I think Layer Cake was part of this early 2000s modern London gangster genre that Guy Ritchie was the master oeuvre of, or his oeuvre. He peaked there.
The genre.
The genre oeuvre
that is represented in Guy Ritchie's oeuvre. No, the executive.
Snatch. What I'm saying is that go watch. I was making my point. Go watch Snatch, and then try and
enlighten you?
I do think that Layer Cake, you have to hold it up to that. Rock and Rolla, Layer Cake, Snatch. There's a whole fucking it died with the Tom Hardy twins flick. That shit was fucking
but that was like
terrible.
A fucking
that was doo-doo.
One that was a
legend,
biopic,
legendary,
and then two. That is like it took place in like fucking meh-see times, not like a more modern. The point that I was trying to make that kind of like basically sells your entire
talking
point.
Drake or Layer Cake?
Layer Cake and
Layer
Snatch
Drake.
Is that the guy who directed Layer Cake, and I believe they talked about this in the Cord. So I don't want to pretend like this is this is Larry the cinephile fucking dunking on you right now. He was Guy Ritchie's executive producer, who a lot of people were like, this is the guy where a lot is given this a lot of sauce. He did Lock, Stock, and I guess he did Snatch, so let him do his own thing. And again, I think it holds up to those. Obviously, you disagree. Anyway,
it was
moving
bad.
on.
It was very bad.
The point about Champagne Poppy is that obviously he is hidden NY's most famous fan, and it was hilarious to see his bodyguard fucking Chubbs and Don C beefing in the comments, and then Champagne Poppy slumming it. Coming over the top to kind of throw in a crying blind guy, emoji and a blind guy emoji.
If you're Oliver, I know you're listening. Tell Drake to log out. Like, he's not doing himself any favors by all the shit he's been posting, whether it's comments, whether it's fucking IG storing his little diary journal, or his fucking Zoom doodles of CLB. His fucking
Drake rocks though, dude. The fact that he is just a fucking dude. Like Kanye is not a guy. Like Kanye is not a dude.
No, he's
a psychopath.
He is a god.
Right, exactly.
No, he looks like a...
So I think that Drake's relatability to me, I mean, if you and I got famous, people would be talking about all the dumb shit that we do too.
Yeah, but I think if we got famous...
We wouldn't be fucking hoisted into the rafters.
Why not? Yo,
we would be doodling
if this
Zoom.
Patreon post gets 1,000 likes, Lawrence and I will
ascension.
Be ascended into the fucking what's the
No Child Left Behind.
What's it called? Like the rapture. We will be raptured.
We'll be raptured out of Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Yeah, we'll fucking.
He's done miracles on me.
Yeah. What?
That's the song. No Child Left Behind.
Speaking of triumphant returns, whether it is Kanye that drops first or whether
we're going long, baby.
Drake that drops.
This is
first.
The last thing we're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I'm
hungry.
Me too. I got a date tonight. We had a triumphant, questionable. I don't know. What? How do you say? We went back to Barstool, right? Next week, Barstool Big Cat, the fucking man, Dan Katz.
Big pussy.
His address is. I'll put it in the description.
We can say the address of Barstool. He was saying that like people literally like lurk outside all day.
Home address.
Oh, don't put his home address.
Well, maybe, unless he texts Portnoy.
He's honestly the fact that he doesn't think he's famous is so crazy to me. Like I wouldn't even if you even wanted to joke around and talk about the neighborhood he lives in, I would be like, you shouldn't do that.
No, absolutely not. He is the best dude.
Oh,
right.
It was so fun, bro.
But okay, whatever. You'll get all that next week in the episode
great
and in the fucking recap.
Not
on
even
Boys Only.
the Stoolie pander. Not like one of these Barstool pander reps. And I'm sure there's some people that listen to the show that do not care about Barstool at all, or Big Cat, or any of the drama surrounding us or them. But it's a great episode. I really hope you guys enjoy it.
the point is, we went back to the Barstool offices.
We recorded in the
was going to
PMT
be.
studio.
We thought it was going to be a whole fucking thing where it's like, yo, what if we like slap some stickers on the Barstool logo? What if we fucking, popped into like Nardini's office? Shenanigans. What if we got up to no good?
Yeah.
Like some fucking ruffians. Okay, so Dave and Erica were out, right?
Yes.
Which I think that was why Big Cat and he did. Big Cat had punted us until I forget when it was, but like, yo, Big Cat, like, are you free between
right?
Maybe like after the Super Bowl?
Interesting.
When like the NFL dies down.
You think he really? I get the Erica thing.
Absolutely. So then
Maybe.
he was like, oh, but then I got
Interesting.
like March Madness, and then I was like, yo, after March Madness, before like NBA playoffs, or before NBA finals.
Then it was the Olympics.
He literally said, yo, why don't we do it during the summer when Dave is going to be on vacation? And then he chose a week finally, after we got Jordan, the pod princess, to kind of nudge him.
Yes.
Chose a week that Erica and Dave both out of the office.
Yeah, maybe it was actually, now that we're talking about it, I assumed it was kind of just like a happy coincidence. Also because like now the Olympics are done and it really is kind of like the doldrums, so he was available.
Dog days of summer.
Yeah, maybe. With that said, how did I feel? It's such a fucking... They've grown so much and continue to grow so much that like no one really recognized us. Besides, we saw Jordan, the pretty little pod princess. Obviously, we love her. Mikey, fucking podcast, our fucking guy, and then fucking Dan. I wasn't in the bullpen. I know you were kind of walking around a little bit.
Not my choice. So we left a little olive branch peace offering.
We did do and bit
in David Portnoy's office.
Yeah.
I texted Jordan.
We are going to try to engage with him on social media.
I was like, is Portnoy's office open? She's like, yeah, it always is. I was like, great. Let me get some fucking pod shorts that were meant to be seated to my brother, but this is a better cause. Also, the pod shorts that I got from my dad, I had to fucking...
Sorry,
gave
Mr.
Big
Harris.
Cat, who he's never going to post or wear.
I didn't, and I guess he said that he already got some shorts. We were like, oh, we should get him shorts. It would be great. And he apparently already got them. That's what he said.
Great.
It was...
Okay, so I went to Portnoy's office, and I had to walk through the bullpen of the talent, because it's crazy. This is really crazy. And a lot of it, I think, is that we would always be in the Barstool office after hours.
Right.
We were there in the middle of the workday. We got there. We met up at 10:15. Got a disgusting... Well, don't want to disparage the homie's place, but...
just move on. Completely move on.
Eventually got into the Barstool office, and it was a fucking content factory.
Everyone is in the office there.
Everyone just fucking hunched over their computers.
They're at full capacity.
Resizing shit for Snapchat, TikTok, whatever.
Lord knows what.
Nary a vaccine passport in sight.
Yeah, no, I mean, and I've already even spoiled too much about the episode, which obviously, as we keep saying, is awesome on its own. Yeah. So when you were in the bullpen, did you get did you even make eye contact with KFC? Did you see fights? Shout out fights too. I love fights. I don't know.
Feidelberg, I think, was at a golf tournament. I was because I went on to because I saw when we were waiting in the PMT studio. And Dan was kind of like hovering in the door. He's like, "Do you guys want anything?
Yeah.
Do you need like any waters? I got to go like do one thing, and then I'll come right back in 5 minutes." I just saw like 3 gigantic asses just kind of like float by the doorway.
Yeah.
And then when Dan came back, I was like, "Yo, who do you even like have come through in the Barstool office in like this new era even more?" Because, and my thinking was like, they're so entwined in this like TikTok influencer world. I was like, who the fuck just walked by?
Who do these heinies belong to?
Yeah, did 3 horses just walk by?
Who's responsible for these stallions?
Turns out one of them's a Bella Danger, a porn star.
Yeah, was doing KFC radio, I think, right?
Okay.
That's cool that she just hangs out with maybe they're all porn stars, but she just hangs out with, she's like, my ass is iconic. I can only run with iconic asses.
Right.
Or good butts.
No,
great butts.
Iron sharpens iron.
Yeah, exactly.
So they just rub their ass
so
together.
your point was
so I walked through the bullpen, and it very much was like people had their heads down. They were fucking doing work. Also, it was 11 a.m. at Barstool. Like,
yeah,
it probably gets crazy after work. I was like, who am I even gonna like say what up to if I see like Feidelberg?
We saw Roan. That was
PFT.
cool. We said what up to Roan.
Maybe like the chicks in the office girls because they were on the pod.
Yeah. Shout out Fran and Rhea.
And then I was just like, walk like
no one was paying us any mind.
Yes, I felt a little weird. I felt a little bit like, who the fuck is this guy just strolling into Portnoy's office, or who's this guy that's like with Kat And I guess Big Cat had said that like the Failing Upwards guys, Throwing Fits guys are like coming through.
Well, he definitely said Failing Upwards because I saw the clip because he said it on. He'd host a radio show with a bunch of I guess newer kind of Barstool guys. But he said Failing Upwards.
When we ran into Roan on the way out in the elevator, he's like, "Yo, how is Big Cat?" So I think Big Cat had told those that knew.
Roan was late to that show. He does that radio show as
okay.
well. The Yak is what it's called.
Okay, cool.
And Big Cat did say the Failing Upwards guys were here, so he got the name wrong, despite potting with us for 2 hours and having a great time and telling us how much he loves us and appreciates us. And then also everyone in that room with him had no idea who he was talking about.
Which is great, where it's just like,
we don't even.
We belong to this kind of like middling era of Barstool, where
I wouldn't say
it was
middling,
like,
but
no. What I mean is like
sticking.
it's not the early days,
right?
It's like we straddled the 28th Street days and like the
which was a
new office
which was
days.
a formative time, but not something that.
But what I'm saying is that now it's at a whole fucking new level where it really is just like people just fucking. It's a 1,000 monkeys trying to type out Shakespeare.
I think we joked a bunch of times that when we were recording in that new office that it was like they were building the Death Star and they have completed it. It is fucking and that laser is primed and ready to go.
I was kind of looking forward to.
I enjoyed it. It was nice to
seeing Nardini.
Yes, I wanted to see Erica and kind of like get the temp gauge and then maybe even apologize in person.
I didn't want to apologize.
Well, because it was like embarrassing.
I more wanted her to be like, "Yo, you guys are killing it."
Yeah, I knew we wouldn't see Dave either way, but I was disappointed to hear that Nardini wasn't going to be there. With that said, it did kind of like alleviate any type of pressure or weight on the shoulders, so that we could just get grade A prime fire content with Cat. So.
Yeah, and now the goal is to get Portnoy on the pod.
Yes.
So Big Cat, if you're listening, which I know you're not, because you're not a patron, and if you were, I would dox your personal email. Big Cat,
get it done.
Get Dave on the pod.
So that'll be next week.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that content. Stay tuned for some fucking some new holes in our body.
A lot of, we're obviously the big things coming, guys, but obviously we've laid it all out for you. The path forward, the LA trip.
Oh my God, dude! The fucking
piercing.
the call I had today that you weren't on because you had to get your haircut, which is totally fine.
Thank
by the
you.
way. Yeah,
appreciate you covering. Oh yeah, that will be dude. The two
that might be happening very soon.
The two big brand deals that are gonna be happening in fall and.
Don't Nick Braun it.
I'm not going to say
Don't cousin Greg this shit.
I was talking to Rob about that today. We're just getting my haircut. They're going to be, one is incredible. Well, whatever. Well, yeah.
Both going to be gas.
The immediate path forward has been laid out for our best friends behind the paywall. It is a yellow brick road paved in gold that will end with you and I asserting the very simple fact that we are, without a shadow of a doubt, the only podcast that matters.
I'm not even going to compete for the last word. Chef, slap that motherfucking outro music.